Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Okay, exercise 1C. Doubts? I want to know if you have any. Section 1, first question and second question. Anybody any doubt? Equation of tangent means simply S1 equal to 0. Equation of normal means you just find line joining to center. Okay, section 2, you can see 7 questions on the screen. Anybody any doubt? Rhythm day, you completed all of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
7th one, sir.
7th one. Okay. Why you did not yet tell me that? Or you don't know what is abscissa? Abscissa means x coordinate. Ordinate means y coordinate. Abscissa means x coordinate. So when you substitute x equal to 1, you will get y equal to 3 plus or minus 3. At 1 comma 3 and 1 comma minus 3, they want tangent. So do s1 equal to 0 at 1 comma 3. Do s1 equal to 0 at 1 comma minus 3. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Anybody any other doubt in these 7 questions? No. Okay, section 3, first 5 questions. Anybody any doubt? No doubt. Six to 10 on the screen. Anybody any doubt? No doubt. In 10th question, how many answers will come?
2 answers, sir.
4. Yes. 4 because they said 45 degrees with x-axis, but they did not say anti-clockwise and all. I don't know if they give 2 answers, it's okay because they might have taken slope 1. But slope minus 1, that one also makes 45 degrees with x-axis only, no? With positive x-axis, it makes 135, but with x-axis, it makes 45, you can say that. I don't know if they give 2 answers, fine, but strictly speaking, there should be 4 answers. Okay, last 3 questions. Anybody any doubt?
Sir, 12th.
12th one. Okay, fine. 12th one, the 2 lines became perpendicular lines. It is not that it is going to make anything easier. Okay, whether they're not perpendicular or not, it is not going to be much of useful. What is the lines? 4x plus 3y plus 5. So I have some 2 perpendicular lines like this. Let us say 3x minus 4y minus 10 equal to 0. 4x plus 3y plus 5 equal to 0. Okay, maybe there is a circle somewhere here, or we don't know, okay? Or maybe another circle like this, where this point is 1 comma. passing through 1 comma minus 1 and touching these two lines. Okay, there are two circles. Okay. Once again, here they're perpendicular. I think it's not going to be much useful. This one. Okay, so somebody can try to answer this question to me. Leave this. If I give any two lines, I can give any two lines. They may not be perpendicular. There are a set of circles touching both the lines, like this, like this, like this, like this. There are a lot of circles touching both the lines. What are the locus of centers of all of them? Anybody?
Perpendicular bisector of the two lines.
Bisector of those.
What do you mean by perpendicular bisector of two lines? Come on.
Sir, angular bisector, sir, angular bisector.
It will be angular bisector of two lines, and it is both pairs of angular bisectors. Not only this, there will be a circle like this touching both the lines. There will be a circle, you take this center, this, okay, it will be this. How will you explain that it has to be angular bisector?
Sir, the distance between the centers and the lines are equal to radius of the circles, no, sir?
Yes. If two lines
Distance
are there and if a circle is touching both of them, from the center, this perpendicular distance should be equal. If we join to this triangle and this triangle are congruent, so these two angles are equal. Okay, so we take any other circle also, same thing will happen. So this point should lie on the angular bisector, this point also, this point also. So locus of centers of all the circles touching both the lines will be a pair of angular bisector. This angular bisector and this angular bisector. Correct? Okay. Next. Does anybody remember in first year, if I give two lines, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. How are you going to find angular bisector of two lines? Is there any formula in first year?
a1x plus b1y plus c1 by root over s square a1 square plus b1 square plus or minus a2x plus b2y plus c2 by root over s square plus b square plus 0.
Formula for angular bisectors of two lines.
Sir, a1x plus b1y plus c1 by root over a1 square plus b1 square equals to plus or minus a2x plus
Yes.
b2.
That is exactly what are we doing. From this point, this perpendicular distance should be equal, na? So angular bisector can be treated as locus of a point from which the perpendicular distance to both the lines are equal. So when you do that, you will get a1x plus b1y plus c1 with a mod by root a1 square plus b1 square equal to mod a2x plus b2y plus c2 by root over a2 square plus b2 square. If you remove the mod, you get plus or minus, right? You take plus, you get one angular bisector. You take minus, you get another angular bisector. All right? Okay. So just recollecting some thoughts from first year. Okay. Now definitely this circle and this circle, their centers have to be on the angular bisector. Even if you don't realize that, take center as h comma k, find perpendicular distance to this, perpendicular distance to this. That's why you're going to get a condition. What you're going to get is exactly that. Okay. Okay. So apart from just giving the solution, whatever we discussed also, one or two points also we'll write here to this question. Locus of center of circle touching two given lines, two given intersecting lines. is pair of angular bisectors of given lines. Pair of angular bisectors of given lines. Since from center perpendicular distance to both lines are equal. The first point. Second point, angular bisectors of intersecting lines a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0 or mod a1x plus b1y plus c1 by root a1 square plus b1 square equal to mod a2x plus b2y plus c2 by root a2 square plus b2 square. When I remove the mod, we will get a1x plus b1y plus c1 by root a1 square plus b1 square equal to plus or minus a2x plus b2y plus c2 by root a2 square plus b2 square. Okay, so those who want to write solution, first write these 2 points so that it will be clear. Then we will write something. So all of you, please put down your videos. Okay. Let me see if somebody can answer this question to me. I'll give some 2 lines. Let's say 5x plus 3y minus 2 equal to 0, 7x plus 9y plus 1 equal to 0. And there is a point here, 1, 3. These 2 lines have 2 angular bisectors. Right? But I want only this. I don't want this. I want angular bisector passing through the region in which 1, 3 is there. This is a question in first year. Anybody want to give an idea how to find that angular bisector?
So the point should lie on the same side of the line 5x plus 3y minus 2 and 1 of the angular bisector. So we can find L11 and with that condition we will get to know which bisector.
But we don't know which one is L1 and greater than 0, which side is L1, L2 less than 0. We don't know that. If you know 2 points and a line, we can tell they're on the same side or on either side. I'm sure in first year you've done questions like find angular bisector passing the region in which origin is there, region is some 5, 7 is there, like that. So anybody want to give an idea or method How to find this one, but not that one. I'll find both the answers to angular bisectors. From 1, 3, I'll find perpendicular distance to both of them. Whichever is less, that is correct, otherwise not correct. Is that logic okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
No, that's not okay. Okay, let us say these are the two lines. My point is here. This is one angular bisector, this is one angular bisector. I want this line, but you see that is greater distance, shorter distance. Am I right? Okay, so this is not useful. If you want to find acute angle bisector, obtuse angle bisector, that concept will be useful where you take a point on the line, find distance to both of them, whichever is less, that is acute angle bisector, whichever is more, that is obtuse angle bisector. Okay, but here it is not. Okay, forget about this, we'll talk about it. Anybody knows if I give 2 lines, I'll get 2 angular bisectors. How to decide which one is acute angle bisector and which one is obtuse angle bisector?
If A1 A2 plus B1 B2 greater than 0, then it is acute angle.
Yeah, there is some method. You find A1 A2 plus B1 B2. If it is greater than 0, put plus means acute, minus means obtuse. If it negative means put plus obtuse minus acute. Something like that was there, right? Okay. Of course, we can explain that by using vectors actually. Okay. Why that A1 A2 plus B1 B2 is actually the dot product of these two normals, and we can give some explanation. Frankly, I don't want to remember that formula. Okay. What I do is I'll find both the answers. Okay. After that, how to decide which one is acute, which one is obtuse is 2 methods. I'll take one of the lines, original lines, one of the answers, and find tan theta equal to mod m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. If that comes less than 1, what I chose is acute angle bisector because this is less than 45, this total is less than 90. If it comes more than 1, means it is obtuse angle bisector because half of the angle is more than 45, double that will be more than 90. That is one way. Another way is take one of the points on the original lines anywhere, here or here or here. Find perpendicular distance to both of them. Whichever is less acute angle bisector, whichever is more obtuse angle bisector. I prefer these 2 methods, but if somebody can remember that A1 A2 plus B1 B2, it's good. All right. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, that A1 by 2 plus B1 by 2 is also not difficult, very easy. You have to just see that greater than 0 means what to put, less than 0 means what to put. So any one of these 3 methods you can identify acute and obtuse angle bisector. But what about angular bisector pass in the region in which 1, 3 is there, or some 0, 0 is there, some 5, 9 is there, something like that. Okay, this one is very, very easy. Okay, what is that? I'll take this point as x, y. This perpendicular distance should be equal, right? That is the locus. What I will do, from x, y, I'll find distance to this. It will be 7x plus 9y plus 1 by root over 7 square plus 9 square. I will not put mod here. I'll keep it as it is. And I know it is positive. Anybody want to tell me without mod I'm telling it positive? How? Because for this line, 1, 3 and x, y are on the same side.
Yes, sir.
1, 3 gave me positive. So when I put x, y, it should give me positive. So this is positive. Without mod, I know it is positive. When I put 1, 3 here, I will get positive. So 5x plus 3y minus 2 by 4 square. So whether to keep plus here or minus here, whether to keep here plus here or minus here, very simple. Substitute this point in this line. If it is positive, put positive here. If it is negative, put negative. Similarly, here both are positive, fine. Let us say I will change the question as let's say minus 2, 3. Then here it is positive, so I have to put a plus. But here when I put minus 2, it is negative, so I have to put a minus. Very simple, common sense, right? Okay, so I don't want to give it as a formula, and it's not very complicated. It's very very simple. Substitute this point here, whatever symbol comes, put that here. Substitute this point here, whatever symbol comes, put that here. You don't have to put mod now because including minus, you know, it is positive. This is negative, with minus is positive. So this was the distance, this was the positive distance, we are equating. Okay, now I want to find this particular angle bisector only. I am not interested in other angle bisector because no circle in this region or this region can pass through 1 comma minus 1, right? How to find this angle bisector? Substitute 1 comma minus 1, it is positive. 4 into 1 plus 3 into minus 1 plus 5 is greater than 0 because it is 6 greater than 0. When you put 1 comma minus 1 there, 3 into 1 plus 4 minus 10. That is minus 3. That is less than 0. So if you want this angle bisector, it has to be 4x plus 3y plus 5 by root 4 square plus 3 square equal to minus of 3 plus 3x minus 4y minus 10 by root 3 square plus 4 square. I got minus because this is negative. With minus it will be positive. Both are positive distances now. I can cancel this. Now when I add, I'll get 7x minus y minus 5 equal to 0. So this particular angular bisector equation is this. So now I'm going to take, let center be any point on this angular bisector. If I take x as k based on this, y equal to 7x minus 5. I'll take 7k minus 5. So whatever k you take, this point will be always on this line. But now, how to know that center distance to this point and perpendicular distance to this line should be equal? You can take any one of the lines. So radius, one way is from here to here distance, which is square root of k minus 1 whole square, 7k minus 5 minus 1 whole square. Equal to, from this point distance to this, 4 into k, 3 into 7k minus 5. Plus 5 by root 4 square plus 3. Okay, so this is k square minus 2k plus 1. This is 49k square. This is minus 6 minus 84k plus 36. This is 21k plus 4k. 25k by 5. 5k minus 20 means 5k minus 4 whole square. 5k minus 4, which is 25k square minus 20k plus 16. Bring this side, this is 50k square, that is 25k square, so I'll get 25k square minus 86, so minus 66k. Constant here is, that is from this if you remove 16, 20, 21. Does it have any roots?
Sir,
This is 25 into 5 is how much? 105 and 525. How to write it as 525 is product of two numbers whose sum is minus 66. Can anybody find the roots? Okay, it should be a 7k minus 5 plus 1. This one, okay, sorry. This is plus 1, so I wrote wrong here. It will be 7k minus 4. 49k square is okay. This is minus 4 means 28 minus 56 plus 16. So the equation will change. 25k square is okay, and minus 58 minus 38k. So 16 cancel plus 1 equal to. Is it right or something wrong? Plus 4 multiplied by. Oh, this is also not minus 4 minus. Sorry, some small mistakes I'm doing there. Minus 15 plus 5 minus 10 by 5 minus 2, so it will be minus 20k plus 4. So this is 50k square minus 58 minus 38k and 4 17 minus 4 is 13 equal to 0. So directly 25 and 13 are the roots, so it's good. That is minus 25k minus 13k. So k minus 1 into 25k minus 13 equal to 0. So we got, can you see this part? Yes. So we got k equal to 1 or 13 by 24. Okay. So when you put that k back, you know center, and you apply this distance formula, you get radius. So now your center is when you put k equal to 1, it will become 1 comma 2, and corresponding radius when you find distance it will be p. And another way for center is when you put 13 by 25. This will be what? 91. So minus 125 means minus 34. And we'll find the corresponding radius. Okay, anybody has solved this question before? We got centers this only. I'm just looking at the answers. Yes, 1 comma 2 is the center and radius is 3, good. Other one is 13 by 25 minus 34 by 25. That's good. Okay, radius you can find the root of 13 by 25 minus 1 means 12 by 25 whole square. Yeah, plus 1 means 9 by 25. This will be 3 into 4, 15 by 25. This is 3 by 4. Okay, so you know center and radius will get one circle, center and radius will get another circle. Okay, so after this is over, you will write this part, that is not beginning. One may say, I don't know that I have to take plus here, minus here, I have to find this angular bisector this way. What if I find two angular bisectors, what to do? Don't worry, we take the other angular bisector. I can even tell you what is the other angular bisector. Other angular bisector will be x plus 7y. What is the part of intersection of these two, by the way? Minus 2 comma 1. Okay, I will just subtract this. So I will get x plus 7y plus 15 equal to 0. Okay, so one may say I found both the angular bisectors. All right, and I'll take a general point on this. Then what will happen? You will get like this only. You will get a quadratic equation, but you will realize roots are complex. Okay, so if you don't know how to find that angular bisector, it's okay. Or you just you know that this is angular bisector which will give the answer right there. Other part don't even write. But if somebody asks about, I'll take a general point on the other angular bisector and you equate the same thing, that distance equal to perpendicular distance and all. You'll get a quadratic equation with roots complex, so you'll not have any solutions there. Here the circle will be x minus 13 by 25 whole square, y plus 34 by 25 whole square equal to 3 by 5 whole square. Okay. Simplify this, we'll get the answers. Is it okay? Whoever has doubt about this question?
Yes.
Of course, somebody might have not, if somebody might have solved where you might have not talked about angular bisector at all. Simply take the center as h comma k. Only you have to check three things. What is that? Distance to this point is radius. Perpendicular distance to this line is radius. Perpendicular distance to this line is radius. You get root of something equal to mod of something equal to mod of something. The two mods when you equate it, take plus one time, minus one time. You will get two conditions. Use that for other things. So without talking about angular bisector also, still you can do this question. Let the center be h comma k and three distances should be equal. Two perpendicular distances, one distance to 1 comma minus 2. If anybody doubt about any part of the solution, I'm ready to explain. Sometimes in some objective exams, I don't know in mains, but MSET and all, they may give this question. In objective exam, they'll give this question. Okay, this is a long 7 marks question. But interestingly, if you put 1 comma minus 1 in all the options, only one option is satisfying, others will not satisfy. So you don't have to do all this work. I don't know why they expect you to do in 1 minute and they give such a long question. If you're substituting 1 comma minus 1 and finding the answer, then there's no value to the whole question. The rest of the data is useless, right? They might as well ask which of the following circles passes through 1 comma minus 1 and give 4 answers. Okay, that's all. So exercise 1C, everybody completed, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All the doubts. Okay, we'll continue our theory after this.
Sir, what will be the portion for this weekend exam?
Yeah, Saturday you have exam. Sunday you have exam. So till Saturday, whatever we complete. So basically, we are going to complete circles. We may not complete system of circles, but circles will be complete. Today is Tuesday, right?
Yes, sir.
Then we have another 4 days. So system of circles will be completed. So full circles and system of circles, everything will be there. Because I want to finish the whole thing by this weekend, and Monday I want to start parabola. Did NR sir announce any class in the afternoon?
No, sir.
Okay. So not past year mains questions, because I could not take this 8:30 to 9:30 class. I will take afternoon 1 hour. Okay. 315 to 415. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is for everybody, 315 to 415. Okay, I'm arranging this whole thing. I give you time. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about relative positions of circles, the 5 cases when they will touch internally, externally, all that, and how many direct common tangents are there, and how many transverse common tangents are there in each case, total number of common tangents. Okay, now just one or two things you have to know. Internal center of similitude. Internal center of similitude. SIMILITUD. Point of concurrence or point of intersection of transverse common tangents. Points of intersection of transverse common tangents of two circles is called internal center of similitude. One of the reasons it's called internal center of similitude is that point will divide the two centers in the ratio R1 is to R2 internal. Since this point I, let us call it as I, divides C1, C2 line segment internally in the ratio R1 is to R2. You can even draw a figure. Okay, these are two circles. These are the two transverse common tangents. Their point of intersection and the two centers will be collinear from the symmetry. Okay, you can easily say this triangle and this triangle, or this triangle and this triangle are similar triangles. If this is theta, this is theta. Vertical opposite angles. This is 90. This is C1. This is I. Let us say this is A. This is C2. This is I. C1I is to C2I. Triangle AC1I is similar to triangle BC2I. C1I is to C2I or IC is equal to AC1 is to BC, which is R1 is to R2. Okay, so you can find this internal center of similitude by simply applying section formula. R1 is to R2 internal. Okay, in class notes, please write this and write today's date. What is 18? All right, completed.
No, sir.
Okay.
Done, sir.
Okay. External center of similitude is the point of intersection of direct common tangents. Point of intersection of direct common tangents of circles is called external center of similitude. Since this point E divides C1, C2 externally in the ratio R1:1. Okay, so we have two cycles. This is E, this is C1, this is C2, this is A, this is B. This triangle is similar to this triangle here, this full triangle. Again, AC1E is similar to BC2E. Again, by A similarity, 1990 is a common angle. Again, see EC1 is to EC2, is AC1 is to AC2, which is R1 is to R2. But it is outside, so it will divide external. So whenever you want to find external center of similitude, just take the two centers, apply R1 is to R2 ratio, external ratio formula, section formula, will get. Okay, everybody is done. I wrote so quickly. You are taking so much time. Okay, done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now please listen. In IP, one of the important 7 marks question is this. They will give you 2 circles and ask find the equations of all 4 common tangents, or they may ask direct common tangents or transverse common tangents. Okay, we'll talk about that. First of all, if I give a circle and an outside point, I'll give you circle and this point and ask what is this tangent, what is this tangent. Anyone want to give any idea how to do?
Equation
Sir,
of
one
tangents.
tell again, sir.
I'll give you a circle equation, an external point. From that, you can draw 2 tangents. How will you find the 2 tangents equations separately? Let us say I'll give you 7, 3. This is some x square plus y square minus 5x minus 6y minus 2 equal to 0. Find the 2 tangents. How will you do it?
So we can find the slope of the tangents from y minus k equal to x minus x, m into x minus x plus or minus r times root over 1 plus m.
Yes. We want to take general tangent to this circle. Y plus f equal to m into x plus z plus or minus r root 1 plus m square. Whatever m you take, it's always a tangent to the circle. One should not use y equal to mx plus or minus r root 1 plus m square unless center is origin. Okay, that's good. Okay, now how will you find m?
Sir. Sir, but angle between the 2 tangents equals to 2 inverse r by root s1 no, sir. We'll find the tan theta from that and we'll substitute in the place of m, sir.
Okay. So, one way to, okay, let us say, for example, here this is 8. The general tangent to this circle is y minus 4 equal to m into x minus 2 plus or minus, what is the radius, root 27 into root over 1 plus m square. This is always a tangent to circle, but we don't know m. One way to find m is directly substitute 7, 3 here. Put 7 here and 3 here in the place of x and y. Bring this one here, square it, you will get a quadratic equation, you will get 2 m values. Right? Okay. After getting those m values, don't put it back here. I'll tell you. That is, you got m equal to 5 and 9. If you put m equal to 5, you'll get 2 answers. If you put m equal to 9, you'll get 2 answers. Total 4 answers will come, right? Plus or minus is there, na? But in that only 2 are correct, 2 are wrong. Why? After getting slope find, don't put it here. You know slope and point, now find the line. After getting 9, you know slope and point, find the line. One may say 2 extra are coming, what are they? If this slope is 5, there will be one more parallel tangent with slope 5, na? But that is not okay. If this slope is 9, there will be one more tangent with slope 9, but that is not okay. So after getting the slopes, if you put it here, you get 4 answers, then you have to decide which to are right. Instead of that, you know slope and point, you can directly find the line. Okay, this is one method. Another method is, assume slope is m. You know point and you slope. What is the line equation? Y minus 3 equal to m into x minus 7. Mx minus y minus 7m plus 3 equal to 0. We got a line. But how will you know that it is a tangent or not? From the center, perpendicular distance equal to radius. So from the center, you find perpendicular distance equal to radius and square it. You will get a quadratic equation. Again, you will get 2m values. Okay. Apart from that, we can join to the center and find this slope. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And if this angle is theta by 2, tan theta by 2 equal to r by root s1, we have a formula. We know this slope, we know this angle, so we can find these two slopes. If we assume this slope is m dash, this slope is m, tan theta by 2 equal to mod m dash minus m by 1 plus m dash m. We know m and we know tan theta by 2, we get m dash. Or I directly gave formulas for these two slopes as m plus tan theta by 2 by 1 minus m tan theta by 2. M minus tan theta by 2 by 1 plus m tan theta. By these two will give you the slope of this and slope of this, where m is the slope of the central line. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after knowing the slope, you know point, you can find the line. Apart from all that, the combined equation of these two, I gave a formula, but I have not derived it to you. That is S1 square equal to S into S1. The combined equation of these two is S1 square equal to S into S11. We are not yet derived this formula, and it is applicable for all the conic sections. Okay. So you can use that formula, get the combined equation, but then you have to take your time to separate the two lines by using pair of straight lines concept. Okay. So I gave notes for all these things. How to find common tangent from next 1.45 methods I gave. So I'm just repeating that. Why I'm repeating that is, let's say they give you two circles and ask you find the transverse common tangents. First find this internal center of similitude. Take this center, divide in the ratio R1 is to R2 internally, will get I. After that, forget about this circle or this circle, one of them. Take one circle and I. From an external point, you can draw tangent to circles and find their equations. Just now we discussed 5 methods. That's it. You get it. If they have to ask direct common tangents, find E. External center of similitude. Dividing the ratio R1 is to R2 externally is the symmetry. Once you get E and you know the any one of the circles, you know circle and a point, from there can you find the tangents by one of these 4 or 5 methods. Okay. So this is a method, but when you actually do it, and you may do some silly mistakes or something, but otherwise this. Solutions I already sent, you can see that. In exercise 1D, you will find quite a few questions about find direct common tangents. If they ask direct common tangent, first you have to find E and then do this process. If they want transverse common tangent, first you have to find I and do this process. All right. Okay. One small thing may not be so important, but it may save some time. Okay. I think it's a nice English phrase. It may save some time. Okay. What I want to say is, if somebody gives me two circles and asks angle between direct common tangents, I can find this E, and then I can use tan theta by 2 equal to R by root S1 to any one of the circles. But without finding E, I want to tell a method. What I want to do is, parallel to this, I want to construct one line here. This and this are parallel. Okay. Now, if this and this are parallel, if this angle is some alpha, can I say this angle is also alpha?
Yes, sir.
How many angles? Yes. Same transverse corresponding angle. If this is R1 and this total is R2, this small thing, anybody want to say what is that?
R2 minus R1.
It will be
R2 minus R1.
R2 minus R1. Because this is R1, this is also R1 because this is a parallelogram. Why is it a parallelogram? These two are parallel. Why these two are parallel? Because they are perpendicular to the same line. Why these two are parallel? By construction. So because this is a parallelogram, if this is R1, even this is also R1, this total is R2. So this will be R2 minus R2. And I know distance between the centers will be. Right? Okay. Now from this small right angle triangle, sine alpha, opposite side is R2 minus R1 and hypotenuse, because this is 90, opposite side is hypotenuse AB. So I'll get alpha equal to sine inverse R2 minus R1 by D. And this will be 2 alpha. So 2 alpha equal to sine inverse R2 minus 3. 2 sine inverse R2 minus R1 by D. What is D? Distance between the centers. So it's a formula for angle between direct common tangents. Otherwise, you can find E and use tan theta by D equal to R by root S11 to any one of the steps. Okay. So angle between direct common tangents. Okay, so please draw this figure and just write this much. Then we'll find angle between transverse common tangents and we'll stop with that class. Okay, those who completed this, try for transverse common tangent. Okay. Anybody got about transverse common tangents? Okay, I'm arranging this. Is it okay? Everybody completed, right? Okay. Okay, so I want to find this angle. Okay, what I will do parallel to this, I want to extend this, draw one line here. Parallel to this, I want to draw one line here. One line is sufficient. If this is at alpha, alpha, or you can call beta, beta, then this is also beta, beta. Next, this is a parallelogram I constructed because these two are parallel. This I constructed parallel to this, I constructed parallel to this. If this is R1, this also has to be R1 and this is already R2. If you look at this big triangle here, C1, some M and C2, triangle C1 and C2, the big triangle. For sine beta, what is the total opposite side? R1 plus R2, and hypotenuse is this B. So sine beta is equal to MC2 by C1 C2, which is R1 plus R2 by D. So beta is sine inverse R1 plus R2 by D. 2 beta, that is angle between transverse common tangents. Two sine inverse R1 plus R2 by D. Okay, I want to stop here, but I just want to give one question. If you want, they can think about it. Earlier, I already gave a question that two circles are there touching all the three like this. There is other two. That show that their radius are in geometric progression. Another question I want to ask: if you take two circles, there will be two transverse common tangents and there will be two direct common tangents. Right? One direct and one transverse common tangent will intersect here. Another direct and another transverse will intersect here. Another transverse and another direct will intersect here. And this. So you take one direct common tangent, one transverse common tangent. They will intersect here, 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 here. Total 4 points. First of all, I wanted to show that those 4 are concyclic. Not just concyclic. How will you find that circle passing through those 4? If I give this circle equation to you, this circle equation to you, and ask, find a circle passing through these 4. What are these 4? Points of intersection of one direct and one transverse. Okay, how will you find a circle passing through those 4 points? Is the question clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So those who are interested, think about it. Otherwise, we'll discuss in the afternoon 3:15 class. Okay. So if you completed this, you may leave. Thank you.